Well, hello, folks, and welcome once again to ranking of the Game Boy Puzzlers. We currently have a list here of 72 games. All the way Godzilla down here at the bottom, and Tetris, of course, up here at the top. And this week's game is a sequel. It's a sequel to a game called Lemmings, and that game is Lemmings 2, shockingly enough. Specifically, Lemmings 2 The Tribes. And I'm sort of curious as to how this is going to go, because, well, for one thing, Lemmings here, which landed at number 36, would have ranked a bit higher, were it not for some issues with the port. But Lemmings is a game I am very fond of, and Lemmings 2 is a game I have never really gotten into, weirdly enough. And it's not like there's anything specifically wrong with it, it's just something that I picked it up and I would play it for a little while and be like, yep, it's Lemmings. There's more Lemmings, but, new powers. Yeah, so this may end up being, this full hour is probably the only time I've sat down with this game for the entirety of not quite an hour. We'll see how this goes. And folks, that's Psygnosis, Spidersoft, DMA Design originally. That's nothing on your end, the music really is that scratchy. The story goes on for a bit. The short version, is it play? Is it just... I guess... Okay, no, wait, we're gonna reset. Go map. Polar, Highland, Circus, Classic, Medieval, Egyptian, Outdoor, Beach, Sports, Shadow, Cavelems, Space. Okay. So that's the gist of this game, is after the first game, this is a little piercing. After the first game, apparently we guided the Lemmings to this little island where they sort of split off into different groups based on particular interests. And it wanted us to start on beach. We'll start on beach, but basically the story there at the beginning that kind of goes on is basically saying that there's a disaster coming, they need to escape the island, and in order to do so, they want us to help them with the evacuation. And so we're basically going tribe by tribe and guiding them off the island. 4 jumpers, 4 bombers, 4 flamethrowers, 4 super lems, 4 stompers, runners, ropers, and pyramiders. Quad quirks on Quay. And so right out the gate, the game scrolls in multiple directions. That's kind of cool. Flamethrower, bomber, jumper, stomper, runner, roper. So are people getting stuck in there? Okay. I heard a sound effect. These guys are getting stuck by this big tree. Okay, so the flamethrower clears out a path there, so we got those guys. These guys should all be stuck in here now. And then these guys are walking back and forth. I'll just use another flamethrower, I think. And hopefully they can survive that fall. Yep, okay. That's probably the safest ways to get them through here. Looks like, is there a... Oh, restart. Okay, so there's no rewind, but there is a restart. And there's also a fast forward. Nuke. Wind control? Fast forward. One jumper, two platformers, one fencer, two stompers. Islands in the... So you... And we got a password. This is probably going to be fatal. Oh, wait, no. It stunned him, but it didn't kill him. But we need them to turn the other way, and we appear to not have any blockers. Fencer, platformer. What's a stomper do? I feel like I should know this. Yeah, this is death. What's a fencer do? Not much of anything? Platformer. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's like a builder, but... So, how do we get them to turn around? So if I make this guy a platformer, can I make this guy a jumper? What's that do? Well, he jumped. Okay. I'm not 100% clear on how the fast forward works. It's great that it's there. That's something the first game could have used. Okay, 2 jetpacks, 1 laser blaster, 3 magic bridges, 3 bashers, at least I know what they do, 1 roper, and 1 pyramider. Okay, so it looks like those beach umbrellas are gonna sort of block them in. That's good. This, that is a weird amount of unnecessary stage. I mean, the ideal situation would be to kind of dig down here. I don't think we're going to get to do that. Well, we have a basher, so we can... Then they would come down here. I don't... You seem really determined to not give you any tools to... Well, what does a roper do? Okay. Well, that's a rope. Let's try jetpack. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you're... Can you do some jetpacking? I mean, it's... What? What is the point of this? Alright, is that where the wind control comes in? Okay, we want this guy to be right in position here. Nope, that didn't work. It's still not working. Okay. He won't bash. Well. Guess we're just gonna have to find out what some of this other stuff does, because laser blaster, basher. Let's see, maybe we can laser blast this. Okay, laser blast just goes straight up, and everyone's gonna die now. What's a magic bridge? What's magic bridge do? Is that a magic bridge? Didn't do much. Well, okay, that got him to turn around. No, it didn't. They're all gonna go fall to their death over here now. So what the roper did. What's a pyramider? Let's say if we put this guy right here. He does that. Okay. say about the first game. Every ability had its own dedicated stage at the beginning to show you how to use it. And there are so many abilities in this game that I understand that that's probably not going to work. Oof, this is, so if I try to use a laser blast here, it's going to cut all the way through, and then they'll probably fall to their death. You want to maybe laser blast right about here? So just going to have to figure out how to do that. Oh shit, did we just kill that guy? No, okay. We want it to be... I think we should get like over here, I think. Oh wait, no, it's doing something now. And we're gonna set him up with the roper after this. Okay, hopefully they don't immediately fall to their deaths. I think they will. Yeah, I screwed this up. They're all gonna die. Oh, they're still gonna let me play the next stage. Let's try this again. Okay, the mistake that I made, if I put that there, is that going to be too? Can I cancel the laser blast before it goes all the way? Ugh. Well, there. Now, if we No, we can't squeeze him through there. Making him a pyramider down here. Maybe I can. Or no, let's magic bridge. Magic bridge. This might work. Okay, cool. He's turning around. That's technically on me. Okay, so we want to have enough space that they can maybe have a safe fall down. They're stunned, but they're fine. Really kind of makes you wonder what the intended solution was. Maybe we rope or use the rope to go bash through there. No, then you get stuck there. One bomber. Okay, I know what a bomber is. Basher. A tractor. A jumper and a hopper, platformer, builder, stomper. Alright. So we can just quickly stomp down here, and that'll put them there, and that'll get them to here. Unfortunately, then that leaves them on a lethal drop there, whereas if we stomped here, but... Wait, do we have... No, that's a builder. It looked like a miner. Here. You're a bomber. Well, that wasn't worth a whole lot. Or are they dying by walking off the edge? Yep. Okay. I guess no point having this guy last. Well, let's find out what the attractor does. Okay, so they just sort of hang out with him. Looks like the basher is actually going to get through all of those. And for whatever that happens to be worth, seems like not a lot so far. Here. Yeah, so I guess the attractor is their version of the blocker in this. Ooh, that was probably dumb. Oh, no, he survived. Cool. Okay, how do we turn off the attractor? Do we have to blow him up, or can we reassign him? There we go. Well, that one guy's gonna walk to his death anyway. I guess it's his decision. Do I hold down the button? Must try harder. Alright, let's try harder. He's gonna walk that way, isn't he? Oh, you It's also a little weird that they give you both the nuke and retry buttons. They kind of do the same thing. So I think this part can be done kind of the same way. After this, we'll switch over to a different tribe and actually, it probably would have been fine, because he could have bashed through the shovel. Yeah, but no, he's fine doing that. And now... Jumper is different from Hopper. We want to specifically... Yeah. Oh, he turned around. No, wait, I have another idea. Okay, so that's all set up now. Now we still have this basher. So let's turn the attractor into a basher. There we go. And that time he didn't turn around. So this guy's making his way to home base. I think they just move faster if you leave the cursor on that icon. I guess that's convenient. Menu. Okay, so after you clear a stage, you can go back to this menu. Interesting. Highland Circus, Classic, Medieval, Egyptian, Outdoor, Beach, Sports, Shadow, Cave Limbs. Okay. Power. Platformer, Builder, Attractor, Jumper, Flamethrower. Okay, so these are the same abilities. I guess the area, it's themed areas, maybe? Okay, exit's way down there. Builder. Okay, I have a general idea here. It didn't work. Here, use a flamethrower. There you go. You can keep dancing. No, he's gonna keep dancing. Okay, is he gonna make it over that ledge? I hope so. Yeah, okay, we're good. I don't know if he's going to clear that one, so we're going to flamethrow it. Just in case. Okay. Now if we turn the attractor into a jumper, we should be able to get everyone else safely to the exit now. So, my initial impression of this game was always that every tribe sort of had their own pool of abilities, and also that was the reason why you couldn't have tutorial stages dedicated to each one, because that would be an excruciating amount of the game. The trouble here is, since that's not the case, what the hell's the deal? And once we get to this screen, there doesn't appear to be any way to go back to the map. So I guess we're doing the second cave lem stage. And it really seems like the jumper ability just exists almost entirely so you can undo the attractor assignment. This is... This game is a way bigger mess than I'd anticipated. I really did assume that this was going to be sort of my big opportunity to learn how to appreciate Lemmings 2. Now, that all being said, of course, this is the Game Boy port of Lemmings 2, so maybe the real thing is still decent. Oh, I screwed it up. Let's blow him up. Yeah, it also seems like they just put the nuke option in there for the sake of having it. Because you can just hit replay and probably makes more sense to do so. Oh, it is interesting though. We can pause the game, set this up, point it here, and as soon as I hit the A button, it unpauses and assigns the ability at the same time. That is an improvement over the first game. Like, that's convenient. So... There, okay, so I should be able to... This should work this time. So now if I go to menu, and I go back to map, and I go back to beach, does it remember the stages It does, okay. Oh, this has a 3 kayakers, 2 hang gliders. Oh. See, now the jumper makes sense, because we make that guy jump. And then can we also... Does he have to be in the water to be a kayaker? It kind of looks like the answer is yes. And... Question number 2. Why did I bother doing all that? I got the laser blast, so theoretically, I get the feeling these are going to block lasers. If I could get someone right in there. So maybe I make him a hang glider? Now if I frequent the wind, can I turn him around? Nope. Well, you can just make him a hang glider again, I guess. Hang on. Well, okay. No, we screwed that up. What does this... Oh, that's what the magic bridge is for. Or we could use a pyramid, maybe. What does a diver do? What is this game? So what I'd like to do is get him to land in there. I don't know if that's a thing I can do. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We'll hang glide here, and then I'm gonna use the magic bridge. Alright. Then hang glide from here. No, too bad. So again, I'm just going to assume I use the laser. Okay, he fires it straight up, so that my whole idea is just wrong in general. Because I figured we could sort of dig through here, and that would give everybody a safe path. What? We take a jumper. Okay, he's up there now. And now we make him a diver. He dives and drowns. So what do divers do? Why do I have 5 of them? Okay, so the magic bridge looks like it extends out that far. So if we put one here, would we then be able to go to here? That doesn't seem to give us anything useful. Because from down here, there's... there, and then that exits there, and it brings us down to here. But without the magic bridge, we can't really do anything. We can't build. We've got 2 pyramiders. Can't do much with either of them. If there was a way... If I use the other... This... Oh, we only got 50 seconds left, so let's reset the stage. I'm gonna wait. What if? Okay, let's still hang glide. Cool. I'm gonna put a pyramid right here. That made no difference. Put a pyramid at the end of this? Will that give us Any, like, extra distance? Nope. No, it won't. I thoroughly give up. I have no idea. Okay. Lemmings. Lemmings is a game that managed to pull a lot of different ideas out of... It's weird to say simple concept, because in practice, Lemmings is a pretty complicated game. You really do need to wrap your head around and sort of the kind of, you know, sort of coordinated efforts that are required to clear each stage. It's hard, well, like I just said, you know, calling it simple, it feels dishonest in a weird way to say it's a simple game and that its power comes from its simplicity. But it does, in some ways, come from the fact that you have a very limited set of commands, and you are expected to learn how to use each of them effectively. And it's the abilities that you get are very specific and focused, even though a large part of the game is, you know, learning to use them in sort of different kinds of applications. Lemmings 2 is what you would expect from a sequel. You know, it's got a handful of quality of life improvements, updated graphics, especially this version. You know, the Game Boy version of the first game was really not a looker. This one looks all right. You know, but it's a sequel. You have new puzzles, new mechanics, and just generally more stuff. And more stuff is what you would want. Like, before this game came out, and we just were like reading about it in magazines, you know, like everything more abilities is exactly what you wanted in a new Lemmings game, because the sort of core set from the first game, like, we're just exhausted. Like, every possible way you could use that set of abilities, you did. But if we're being honest, I really do think that this is just too much. I think, you know, like, it's a case of they gave you exactly what you were asking for, but what you were asking for was not necessarily what you would enjoy the most. It's just kind of what you thought you would enjoy the most. So this all gets a little weird because, from a technical standpoint, this game is a massive improvement over the first Lemmings. That Original Lemmings, it's at number 36 right now. It would have been a lot higher if the game weren't so, essentially compromised by the hardware. This game doesn't feel compromised in the same way. It feels like they got it. You could still tell there's obvious signs that this is, an 8-bit port of a 16-bit game, essentially. It would have been, I guess, technically a Game Boy port of an Amiga game, if you want to be really... But either way, I don't think it's held back by the hardware the same way that the first game was. And so, in that respect, it is a tremendous improvement. On the other side of things, Lemmings 2 just isn't as good as the first game. And, whether it's this version or any others, it's just... This is probably the longest I've sat down to play this game since it was new, and I just couldn't... It's a hassle. I don't know. It just feels like a hassle to play. There's just... So I think it ranks lower. It's still better than Cool Ball. It's better than Primitive Princess. It's better than Laszlo's Leap. The real insult here? I'm not 100% sure that this game is better than The Humans. That's a question we need to have. Where does Lemmings 2 The Tribe stand in comparison to this Game Boy port of The Humans? It's better than The Humans. I can't humor that particular line of thought. The problems with The Humans are very different, but they are... It is better than Stop That Roach. It's better than Flappy Special. It's better than Loops, but it's not better than Hattress. Lemmings 2... The Tribes. Our new number 39. And that's going to be me for this evening. I will be back tomorrow night with some more ranking. No, that's what I did this night. I'll be back tomorrow night with live improvised music. I will be back on Saturday night with something. It won't be music production. It'll be music something, probably. Because taking Saturday off I don't feel it. Yeah, and then Monday I'll be playing some more Sheer and the Wanderer. Tuesday, we're going to try to dig ourselves out of this hole in Etrian Odyssey, and I will have another puzzle game to rank this time next week. So, until then, let's have a look at who's on and what are they playing. Oh, hey, Cuso Grande. I think the match might just be ending. Hopefully there's more than one. We'll jump on over here. Yeah, apparently they just finished a match of Alfred Chicken, Super Alfred Chicken. But, as always... Thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And as even more alwayser, I do hope to see you next time. So bye for now.